Hello everybody and welcome at Kitty Talks Dogs. I'm very happy today to have with me Norre. Norre is a golden retriever. It's a very sweet dog. We will groom Norre according to the breed standard. So if we want to go to a dog show with Norre, it's going to be possible. Let's try to accentuate his body, his muscles, his straight legs and his angulations. So here you see how happy Norre is, actually how dirty he is. He's just been going for a walk and here you see his feet, how muddy they are. So normally I would do the feet before the bath, but today I'm not going to do any feet before the bath. If you are wondering which products are being used in this video, down below you can find a link to all our products and where to buy them from. So most of the wool will come out during the drying and during the washing, of course, but just in case, let's do some carding just before the bath. Here you see me using the speed stripper, extra large it's called, and it has 13 blades. And as I'm not taking much coat out, I have changed now to the extra large 27 blades. There's a lot of wool coming out. Every time I just pull the speed stripper through the coat, my speed stripper is full of wool. At the back of the dog, just next to the tail, the hair needs to be really flat, so in that place I'm going very much as possible. And then also at the shoulders. Let's do some ear cleaning. Here you see me using the ear care, and I like just to hold up the ear, stretch it, pour in the liquid and slightly massage at the bottom of the ear. The product will solve all the wax in the ears and all the dirt will just come loose. And then you can very easily take out all the dirt and all the grease with a big Q-tip. You can also wet the Q-tip with the liquid once more if you think there's more dirt in the ear. And then to finish everything, you can use an ear wipe. You can clean the outside of the ear until it's squeaky clean. There's nothing more fun than having a squeaky clean dog in the house. And if you keep your dog's ears dirty, you also risk infections. So if you think your dog has dirty ears or smelly ears, just get into action and start cleaning. So here you see me clipping the dog's nails. Before you start clipping your dog's nails, you have to have, of course, your nail clipper. You have to have stop bleed, a piece of tissue, and if you want to do it perfectly, a nail grinder. A little trick to clip the dog's nails, if you are unsure, is just follow the pads, the same direction as the pads, parallel with the pads you clip off. And here in this little drawing you can also see what I want to say. Then you have the nail grinder. When you use the nail grinder, you can grind off any hard bits and edges. So when the dog jumps on you or anybody else, he won't hurt anybody. Let's do some bathing. Today we are going to use a mixture of Showtech products and Crown Royal. We are using these products because they are very good for golden retrievers, because the golden retriever is a water dog and water dogs create a lot of talc. It has to stop the water going into the coat and the skin. If you are using normal shampoo, it will be very difficult to get all this grease out. Wheeling in dogs in the bath, so just they are at the same height as the bath and they only have to step in the bath, is a very good trick to save our backs. That's exactly what we should do, much more. Instead of first holding the dog or lifting the dog, just use this little trick. The first shampoo is the Pro Super Clean 40 shampoo. The Super Clean 40 shampoo is a very thick paste. It's even harder in the winter than in the summer. And the only thing you need to do is take a bowl or a bucket, put some shampoo in there and put heat water on top, so quickly it will dissolve, because the heat will dissolve the oils and the nutrition in the shampoo. And once you want to use it, just use it with a sponge. For the second shampoo, we are using the Soothing Oats and Aloe shampoo from Crown Royal. This shampoo is a very good shampoo for golden retrievers. It gives volume but not too much, and it gives just a very good finishing. As you can see, I have like a firm grip when I'm washing and when I'm rubbing and massaging. You have to be aware the golden retriever has a very thick coat. It's very difficult to penetrate even with water or shampoo, so you don't have to be afraid of constantly having a firm grip and a firm massage grip when you're washing. And also for rinsing, I have a firm grip and I'm using my second hand to squeeze out the water and put fresh water on and squeeze it out again. For conditioner, we have chosen to use the Crown Royal Condition Plus. This conditioner is a very good conditioner to get rid of all the wool. We've put the conditioner on and it's gonna nurture the coat and the skin, and it's gonna be very soft, and afterwards you will see when we're drying, the dead coat is just gonna fly out the coat. When do you know you rinsed out all the conditioner? Or do you have to rinse all the conditioner? Well, yes, when you put conditioner on the coat, it's for nurturing the coat and the skin. And the coat and the skin will absorb what it needs, but then you need to rinse everything out, or the dog is going to be not a good result. It's going to be too greasy or too heavy. When you are rinsing, you feel it with your fingers and with your skin on the coat, and when it's still slippy, you continue rinsing, and suddenly you will feel like the squeak again, and that's where you can stop rinsing. One of my favorite tools for drying quickly is the magic towel. So here you see me using the magic towel for Norre's head, because afterward I would put the ear buddy on Norre. The ear buddy is special for frightened dogs where there's lots of noise. You can also use the ear buddy in other situations, like when there's fireworks or when there's thunder. And for blastering all the water and the dead hair out, here you see me using the GROOM-X Zeppelin blaster with the wide nozzle. In the first step, I'm going with the blaster like a little bit everywhere, because I just want to get rid of the most water. So here you see me like going up and down and left and right, and then I'm going to do the rest of the blastering on top of the table. Norre is just walking on the table, and I can just wheel the table back in the position I like. Here you see all the hair flying out of the coat in slow motion. This looks amazing. You see all the hair getting out, and you see all the hair also getting out on my face and in my hair. Once you've done a golden retriever with a blaster, you know about this. It gets everywhere. At the front and his chest, I can go against direction because here I need the volume, but in places like his back, I here now try to only do it in the direction of the coat for the finishing. Here you see me holding a towel behind the feet. This is very good, because if I don't do that, the water that gets out of the feet, that is like ejected out of the hair, will be ejected right on the other paws and get wet again. So that's why I'm using the towel. Oh, Norre is such a happy dog. It's such a fun dog to do. Here you see me switching the blaster to the stand dryer with the special nozzle, and then I'm ready to do some brushing. With the warm air, we are pulling the hair in the correct position and making sure it's totally dry. So we have, like here at the tail, I need some volume, and also the back of the dog's legs, we need some volume. If you need more volume, you just need to brush upwards and put the nozzle and the air upwards. And if you want it flat, don't go against direction with the coat and the dryer. Just use the dryer with the direction of the hair where you want it as flat as possible, and dry with the brush and with the hot air as flat as possible. So now we're ready to do some scissoring and some styling. For styling the Golden Retriever, we are not using any clippers in any parts of the dog. We are using speed strippers, combs, brushes, products, scissors, blenders, but no clippers. The Golden Retriever should have a medium length neck and the shoulders should look muscular. The most important is the natural finished look. We have to make the shoulders smooth, blending nicely from the long neck to the shorter shoulders. We can use the speed strippers. Here you see me also using the shed stopper, and all the hair that comes out with both of these tools will help you to the smooth natural finish. And afterwards we can blend with the scissors. The sides and the back of the legs, especially around the tail, to create more angulation and more style, that part needs to be extra short. And here you see me scissoring the feet. I'm not going between the pads, but just on top of the pads. I'm not going in between the pads to make sure the pads don't open up. It's nice when you're walking behind the Golden Retriever and he's lifting his feet while he's walking. You see all his pads, and the color with the golden and the black is just very beautiful. Here you see me using the Yento Fanatic blender. And here for the legs you see me using a pin brush. I'm using the Yento 6060 pin brush just to lift up the little hairs, and then with the blender going slightly over the legs so I can straighten them up as much as possible. And I'm standing in front of the dog, and if I see curves or the elbow sticking out, I'm making it as straight and as flat as possible. And I'm just repeating with my brush. I'm lifting up the coat and scissoring with my blending scissors, and I'm doing that over and over again. And for the bottom of the feet, here you see me using the Yento Sparkle scissor. It's a very small scissor, it's very light, but it's very strong. And here you see me brushing up again the coat from the feet and using the Yento Fanatic blender again. I'm having my sparkle scissor curved to do the finishing. Here you see the chest coming out nicely now. So the chest can be long, but still the shoulder needs to be quite short. And now you see he has a quite flat shoulder. Here you see me going in slow motion. I'm going all the way in. You see me looking from the back side, and you see very well where I'm scissoring all the little hairs which are still sticking out. And you can see this from the front side or from the back side, and you just have to keep scissoring until everything is smooth. Here you see me using the Showtek finger condoms to pluck out all the hair which is pluckable on the ears. We do this to have a natural finish. So everything which is possible, just first pluck it out, and then if it's okay, it's okay. If it's not okay, we can scissor a bit. And here I'm using the curved blenders. We use the curved blenders because the ears are also not straight. And we can just follow the natural line of the ear with the curved scissors. So the cheeks from a Golden Retriever should be clean, not too much hair here. So everything which is too much in the way, you can blend it naturally until this line, and then behind the line you have to create a big chest with a lot of volume. Here I'm using the shed stopper again because there's just too much coat and it's like too curly and wavy, and I'm trying to make it as flat as possible. Here you see me using the Showtek Speed Stripper 27 blades again, and you see there's still a lot of hair coming out. And now I'm lifting the tail and I'm styling behind the tail, because when we see the Golden Retriever from far away, we don't want him to be too long. So just behind the tail or under the tail, we need to have the line of the dog there, and then you can see exactly where the dog starts. If not, it will be overgrown and the dog will look very long. Here I'm finishing the back legs. I'm using the 60/60 pin brush to lift up the coat and then scissor everything with the blending scissor. And the tail needs to be not very longer than the hock, so we just turn the hair and scissor everything off at the same length as the hock. And then you can, with the blending scissors, make it more natural. And now you see me scissoring his line, his tuck up, and there was still too much volume on top of the bum. So here you see me using the speed stripper again. Try to make it flatter and more even. And if that doesn't work, just take your blender, go very tight to the skin and take out some more hair. Whatever it takes to make it more flat and more natural, you can do. Here you see a finished Norre. Norre is a dog with not such a very long coat. We've managed to get him quite flat, but many Golden Retrievers have a much longer coat and also more curlier. The advice I can give you, don't be afraid to use whatever tools is necessary to make a nice natural finish. If you're wondering which products we've been using in this video, there's a link with all the products down below. Here you see the before and after pictures from Norre. For having an extreme flat coat at the dog show, you can use the Showtek Plus Quick Fix Spray together with the Showtek Plus Straightening Coat. This special mesh straightening coat will make sure after a few hours that the coat is even more flat. This was Kitty for Transgroom TV. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And if you have any comments or questions, don't hesitate to write them down below. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next episode of Kitty Talks Dogs.